I love my collective that gets me right after my practice. I've noticed a difference in witnessing the patterns of who gets what videos at what time. Time is so interesting. Firstly, I'm not going to put anything on the screen. I'm not going to put anything in the caption, nothing. Just my like thing that I put about my accounts for copyright purposes, but cuz I like am sending this message out in reverence, in guidance, in knowledge that it will find exactly who it's meant for. And I feel like we're gonna get some newer people here, so I like to always introduce myself. I'm Izzy. I go by 8th House Mercury here and Astremia on my other account where I do evolutionary astrology. The best way you guys can support me if this message does resonate is subscribing to my newsletter. It's called Letters from the 8th House. It's where I channel the upcoming astrological transits straight to your inbox to guide you through the week ahead. It's totally free. I'll also be live tomorrow at 2 p.m. talking about those things and teaching about astrology. Okay, so just drop in with me if you're noticing like you're holding your stomach, softening, and just breathing into the heart, into the womb. Just arriving. If you're in a rush to receive this message, maybe save it for another time, because this is inviting in your full presence for this. And it really does come down to love and your ability to love and the gift of love. And this is not love in the sense of romance. This is love as the frequency that everything operates on. This plane of love, and Spirit just showed me like the plane of love and fear are like right on the same level because they're both extremes, and it's like it's so easy to get pulled into one another. And your vision has opened up so clearly the last like probably since the eclipse portal, which was February 17th to March 3rd, opening up, and like your aperture, like you saw and felt so much. And very specifically, this collective was tasked with something, and that's yours to know and that's yours to unfold. But there's this emphasis on like creation, on this sort of like carrying child. It doesn't have to be a literal child. This is metaphor that I'm speaking in, but that's the thing about the sacral chakra, is it's the space of creativity. And I'm just seeing like first trimester kind of like soft belly kind of energy where it's like this thing is growing and you can feel it, and like there's no rush because you are exactly where you're supposed to be. And I did some book divination with one of my favorite books, Mastery of Love. And this literally was like, Spirit was like, share this with the person, because I feel like that. And I used my golden key. This is your key to free yourself from this like little cage that you might be like lingering in. And that's the thing. It's like you're lingering in old rooms in your psyche that are ready to be closed, right? It's like there's space to repurpose them for later, but there's areas in your psyche that are calling your attention. Like I heard like the nursery, right? To kind of like house this creative venture that is gestating inside of you. Like there is like your environment changing, how you're feeding yourself is changing, how you move your body. It's like this old thing, right? This is like the key. So you can like you're looking at the space, you're reminiscing. There's a lot of reminiscing energy. And so if you haven't read this book, shout out to Don Miguel Ruiz. Saved my life. Little sidebar, I grew up Mormon, and his book The Four Agreements is like my freedom. It was my key to freedom. Okay. So I love this chapter. It's on the magical kitchen. But what is going to happen if you are starving for love? If you don't have that love in your heart and someone comes and says, hey, you want a little love? You can have my love if you just do what I want you to do. If you're starving for love and you taste that love, you're going to do whatever you can for that love. You can even be so needy that you give your whole soul for just a little attention. The the paragraph I pointed at, but this one was like highlighted in my book, so I wanted to read that. But the paragraph I pointed to when I was doing bibliomancy, I read, you can see the drama humans create when they believe they don't love. They're starving for love, and when they get a taste of a little love from somebody else, it creates a big need. They're starving for love, and when they taste, I just read that one. I guess you guys really needed to hear that. When they taste a little love from somebody else, it creates a big need. They become needy and obsessive about that love. Then comes in the big drama. What am I going to do if he leaves me? How can I live without her? They cannot live without the provider, the one who provides them with every daily dose and the pieces of love. Because they're starving, they allow other people to control their lives. They let others tell them what to do, what not to do, how to dress, how not to dress, how to behave, how not to behave, what to believe and what not to believe. I love you if you behave this way. I love you if you let me control your life. I love you only if you are good to me. If not, then forget it. Okay? I invite you guys to read this book. It's so beautiful. But this is like the final door that I feel like you're closing. Like you've heard that, and that's kind of was the thing to click it in, like the lock into place. Like I don't need to address that. Like I don't need this room. We'll repurpose it later. We're going to expand with love. Like this is something that you're putting to rest. This part of you that has been vying for love and attention, and it really is this maturation of stepping into motherhood, this metaphorical motherhood, of course, where it's like I am full on my own. I have everything I need within me. I am never ending eternal love that I don't need to outsource love. Okay. And it's like it's just unfolded into this beautiful, it's like I see you walking away with like gratitude for that version of you that it's like you took that girl out of that room too. Like she was kind of circling and pacing in there, like looking, and you were letting that part of you have the process of like kind of, it feels like very like unfolding the process, like, oh wow, I did that and I've done that and I did that, and these are like letting yourself, like a part of you, figure out the pattern, though your higher self, your future self, higher self, future self already knew like what was going on, right? I see you really studying your natal chart too to understand that. If you've never had your natal chart read, I would love the honor to dive in for you. That's my greatest passion, deepest joy, and my greatest gift to offer to everybody. So if you're interested, but that was coming to mind of like you looking at your blueprint and being like, yeah, and I can evolve. I can shift. I can like see this and operate in the higher frequency of it. And so I'm seeing you like take oh, I heard like take my hand and my whole heart too, 'cause I can't help falling in love with you. And that's kind of like what you're doing with yourself. You're leading this past version of you out of that room and allowing her, he, them to like navigate the new space of like, look what else we've been building. Again, like there's a big part of you about like, again, the idea of a nursery keeps coming to my mind, where it's like, hey, look, we're preparing to like bring something beautiful into this world. And it's like giving that part of you like a task to do, right? Your present self like a task to do, like, hey, let's start building the foundations. What colors do you want on the wall? Like what kind of theme do you want for the room? You know, do you want a cradle? Do you want like, I'm seeing like those indigenous hammocks. I believe that was more like colder regions, right? Different ways. It's like co-sleep and like this whole thing. And I'm just using this as an analogy, but it really is like, what website do I want to do to use my, like, promote my business on? Do I want to do online? Do I want a brick and mortar? What platform? Like there's some joy in this creativity, and it's like shifting your mind into this new space and just allowing yourself to be connected to your intuition. Yeah, and there's a big energy of receptivity too. A part of my vision journey, I was like sitting at the crossroads, and instead of embarking down these pathways, I called things to me. Instead of like searching for it, I was like, oh, actually, like I can allow the things in that I need to actually navigate this next chapter, to build these new foundations, the right people, the right circumstances, the right connections, the right medium for this thing to come out on. And it's not a rushed process. That's what's so beautiful about this, is you're not rushing because you're not desperate to get your needs met by other people, because you are finally meeting your needs. I love you guys. My readings are open.